Assalamualaikum, this is K Mukit. So our project is all about smart home where we will use three sensors: gas sensor, flame sensor and infrared sensor. The gas sensor is to identify any gas leakage that can be harmful for the house, and the flame sensor will detect any kind of flame and give an emergency alarm. We will set up the infrared sensor in the window and the door so that we can stop robbery. So at first I just want to say something about the code part. The code is in Arduino. First there is a library for LCD display and we put pins for the display. Gas sensor is connected to the 8 number pin in Arduino. Buzzer is connected to the 10 number pin. Flame sensor is connected to the 7 number pin and the IR sensor is connected to the 6 number pin. Now then comes to the void setup. Here all three sensors are input and the buzzers give us the output of all the sensor. Then we read the values of different pins. Initially the values are 0. Initially these are the zeros here. After that all the sensors work under if else condition. Suppose if the sensor finds gas, the value will be 1 and the buzzer will be high and the LCD will print that the gas is detected. All the sensors go through the same process in the if else condition. And now I just want to show you the circuit here. So as I said earlier, we use three sensor: the infrared sensor, the gas sensor, and the flame sensor. So these sensors have their Higgs file here, and we have the display, we have the Arduino, and also GSM. In Arduino we use the code file as an Higgs file of here. And also there is a buzzer. When the output will be 1, the buzzer will start and the display will run that the gas or the flame is detected, and when it is 0, there is nothing, it will show also 0. So that is my part. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Anurag Dotto, ID 181013669. So here I'm going to explain about the front panel of the LabVIEW file of our project Smart Home Safety Management System. So here it is all about the sensor that in the Proteus that has been explained earlier. So here we have used three sensors: Boolean, round, LED, which we have changed its shape into oval and added some gradient mixture of color for each of these sensors. These will blink when the Proteus sends some values in it. Then we have added some waveform chart from the graph here to see the plotted value of the sensors in amplitude versus time graph. Here we have graph for each of the sensor. Then we have the table control where the date, time and the values from the sensor, gas sensor, flame sensor and infrared sensor will be visible here. Moreover, the IDs of the users or the members of this project will be visible here as well. Then again, we have also used the visa source name to choose the computer port to connect this LabVIEW file with the Proteus together. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Naushin Tasnim, and for this project I am going to explain the LabVIEW block diagram. We already did build a new project from scratch in our data logger system lab task. So in the similar way, we created a file for this one as well. Starting off with the bottom part, here we have our visa resource name to create COM port or serial port part. We have added a clear to clear any buffer before starting anything. Then an open to enter. These three are the read commands to read the input of the strings. We need to flash the visa, hence we added this flash buffer. At the end, we need to clear it and close it with this close, and this error needs to be added to detect any errors. Alright, then moving on to the clock part. This clock is for our time delay function, which we created by creating a constant. Now we need to convert string by using fractions or exploding number. For these three elements, we need three of these. Now these are for the graphs and these are for the lights in our front panel, which we can see from here. We have our lights and we have our graphs. This is for comparison. If the input value is less than 1 or greater than 0, the light's gonna blink. Otherwise, it won't. Finally, coming on to the front part of the diagram, where we have this one which has time and date stored, but it's not in array form. So this box will create them into array. We can see here, this is our date and this is our time. We have our connections with the port. First two connections are for these two boxes. Then the three connections are these three of our IDs. Then last three connections is for gas, fire and intruder. This table control is for the table we have in the front panel to show our results, which we can see if we run it. We will have our values and results. Alright, so this is the insert into array. Then we need to change our shape after one while loop is complete. So for that we added this shift register. And to perform that we have this string constant and array constant together. Now if we connect all of them, we will have our block diagram ready. That was from my part. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Anurag Dotto and here I am back to explain how the Proteus and LabVIEW file are connected together and the values will be shown in the LabVIEW file through the use of virtual serial port driver. So first of all, here we will see in the Proteus file that here when all the gas sensor, infrared sensor and the flame sensor shows input 0, we can see in the LCD that no flame, no intruder and no gas has been detected. Same in the virtual terminal, we are seeing the values 0, 0 and 0. Now when we change the value of the gas sensor from 0 to 1, we can see in the LCD that gas has been detected, no flame and no intruder. Same in the virtual terminal, we can see that it has been updated to 1 and also through the use of GSM module it has shown that gas has been detected. Then again when I turn the value to 1, I can also see that in the LCD that a gas has been detected, flame detected and also intruder detected. Same it is also updated in the virtual terminal. Now when I go to the LabVIEW file and run this terminal, I can see that it is visible in the plot graph also. In the data table control we can see that the values has been updated and also we can see as I have turned all the sensors to on to value 1, I can see all the LED lights to be blinking here. Now we can also see that the date time is visible here. Also the value of the gas, flame and intruder is set to 1. If I have turned it off, it would have shown 0 and also the IDs of all the members of this project are visible here. Now if I turn this to 0, I can see in this LabVIEW file that all the changes are being made here and it has been turned to 0 here, and we can also see the lights will stop blinking, and also we can see the zeros has been updated here and also there is a change in the graph. Thank you so much for listening to us.